Sankalpita and you're watching BookGeeks India. So guys, I know I've been missing in action. I've been AOL since so long, since a month and a half maybe. But then I was in this vacation kind of mood. I went to 3 places. I was traveling for the entire month of May and June. And then when I came back, I was still in this happy kind of bliss, still in the mood for vacationing. So I thought maybe I should not go back to YouTube so soon. But then I am back now and I'm back with a bang. So this is going to be my first video after I come back. And what better video to make than a June reading wrap-up. So I basically did not get any time to read, but still I managed to read like 4 books, which is very less when compared to my number, because I usually end up in the range of 8 to 12 books per month, but this was my lowest ever in this year at least. But then things are like that. You get something, you do something. I got a lot of vacation time and I'm really happy about it. But I think I'm digressing. So let me just get back to my video, which is June reading wrap-up. I read 4 books in the month of June. 3 books out of these were my own picks, whereas 1 book was a review copy. So I'm going to list all these books in my order of preference and let's get started. The first book that I read in the month of June was this one, The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. Now this is basically the story of a high school teenager called Charlie and how he maneuvers his way through high school and he discovers a lot about himself. He comes out of his shell, he creates some extraordinary memories, and somehow in that entire year he manages to live a lot. Though it's a pretty simple plot, it's a really decent story, but there are certain things, there are subtle elements which will throw you off guard completely, and that's why I love this book so much. It's such a great novel, it's such a popular novel, it has also been made into a movie, and even after 20 years of its publication, like it was first published in 1999, I think it is still very relatable, very relevant today. So guys, this is one book which I will definitely ask all of you to read. I give it 4 out of 5 stars and I am really excited for you to read it so that I can know your thoughts about it. So those of you who have been following me from long, you know that I'm a huge Ruskin Bond fan. In fact, the May month was entirely dedicated to Ruskin Bond. I read a lot of Ruskin Bond books in that month, and so I thought I'll continue this sprint in the month of June as well. But then what happened is that I managed to read only 1 book, and that is White Clouds, Green Mountains by Ruskin Bond. So this is again a collection of short stories. All the stories in this collection are about the beautiful scenic hills of the Himalayas, and it's white clouds and green mountains and blue rivers. So it's again a beautiful collection. It's a really thin read, as you can see, which again helped me in keeping my numbers up, a decent number at least. Finally, in the end guys, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars and I would definitely recommend this book to all you people. The third book that I read is this one, The Chalk Man by C.J. Tudor. Now this is a book which I picked up myself. I was looking for suggestions online and I found this one and I thought, like, why not give it a chance? So I picked this book up. It is said that people who enjoy Stephen King would also enjoy this novel. So strictly in that anticipation I picked it up, but I was somehow kind of disappointed. I gave it in the end 3 out of 5 stars, but you know, there were so many things which were kind of off about this book. Like it has a great plot, it has a great build-up, everything is great, but there are certain things, I don't know why, I cannot pinpoint them specifically, but there are certain things about this book which, you know, put you off. If you want to know about it, make sure you check out my June TBR video because I have spoken a lot about this book. I don't want to be repetitive in my videos, so I'm not going to tell you what the book is all about, but yeah, you can go and check that video out if you want to know more about it. But yes guys, maybe my expectations were set too high. I was expecting a lot from this novel and it simply did not deliver. So my recommendation for this book would be like, you know, go for it or don't go for it. Totally your call. Finally guys, the last book that I read is The Rise of Rama Part 1 by Vijay Singh Sodhi. This was a review copy which was sent to me by the author. So this is a book which is not a mythological fiction but actual mythology. It is the story of Ram told as it is. There are no changes except for some creative liberties which are being taken. So it's not a retelling, it's not a modern take, it's just mythology as it is. Now the thing about this book is that it's actually a screenplay, and that's probably why it featured on the 4th spot in my reading wrap-up. But even then, if I talk about it as a standalone read and not give it any order of preference or anything like that, I think it's a great read, especially for somebody who's into direction, who's into screenplays, who's into theatre. If you guys have read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, you know what I'm talking about. That is a play and this is a script. So both of these are very similar in the concept. So if you want to read Ramayana, obviously there are better choices out there. There are better mythologies out there. But this is strictly for people who need a script. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, but again, it will appeal to a very niche category of readers. So guys, these are the 4 books that I read in the month of June. Do let me know how many books did you read and what were your reads in the month of June. Which was the favorite book that you picked up in June? Which was your worst book? Let me know all of these things in the comments down below, and I'll see you pretty soon in the next video. Until then, bye bye.